Welcome back to my channel where I share everything I've become to understand and know when it comes to money, finance, looking after yourself and making sure that your cash and what you earn remains yours as much as possible. Look, we're about to see the biggest stealth tax raid in any generation, from property to pensions to inheritance. Rachel good old Reeves and the Labour mob have a growing list of tax options on the table. Some are already live, but the rest, they're going to hit you hard come the October 30th autumn budget. So we're going to break it down, or I'm going to break it down, and let's see where we go for it. So Labour's already moved fast on VAT and private school fees, where we've seen private schools close. That's job losses. We have seen more kids going into public schools. That's more cost to the taxpayer. We've seen higher capital gains tax and capital flight, where allegedly £10 billion less tax is being collected because they didn't factor in people leaving when tax goes up. We've seen changes to inheritance tax on farmland and, of course, in pensions. That's a whole new video, a whole new debate. And that's just the start. So the bigger changes, the ones being discussed right now for October budget, could affect landlords, homeowners, savers, and even ordinary workers. So I'm going to go through it. So number one, we have national insurance on rental income. Right now, landlords don't pay national insurance on rents, and Labour's considering adding it 8 or 10% possibly to the rent. Now, what this means is it'll cut rental yields, so there's less profit for landlords, and they have enough regulation right now they have to contend with. I'm a landlord myself. It'll push up rents. I, for one, will, of course, pass the cost on to tenants. I've frozen my rents for at least 5 years. In fact, reduced some of them because I believe that people need to know where they are. But, of course, the more costs that come in, I have to put the rents up. Many people have mortgages on properties, so they have to cover their costs. And it, of course, squeeze the supply in the housing market. So that's not good. So then we have capital gains tax on expensive homes. A definition of expensive, of course. At the moment, your main home is tax-free when you sell it and make a profit, and no capital gains tax is applied. But for homes of over £1.5 million, that could change. This isn't just about mansions. There's plenty of London and South East homes would get caught. So families could be taxed simply by moving house. They could be taxed simply by building that extension. They could be taxed by adding that new kitchen, or just generally making your home a better place for you to live, because you'll increase the value of it. And of course, when it comes time to sell, you get walloped for tax. Replacing stamp duty and council tax with a new property tax. So imagine scrapping council tax and stamp duty. Sounds good, right? But the replacement would be an annual property tax based on today's market value. Now, of course, don't forget, yours will never go down. It will always go up. So for people in expensive areas, especially pensioners, bills could explode overnight. Inheritance tax on gifts. So right now, you can gift money and assets, survive 7 years, and it's tax-free. So leave your kids or give your kids £10,000. You survive 7 years. The £10,000 is tax-free. Now, Labour government are looking to scrap that. That means families get taxed harder when passing wealth down, and estate planning gets much more difficult. Now, we all work when we have kids. We all work to leave our kids a better life, but Labour just want to steal that away from them. So all this stuff you see with Keir Starmer with kids, like building a better future, absolutely not. They're building a better future to create slaves to pay tax. As you can tell, I'm no fan of the Labour government. The next one is lowering inheritance tax thresholds. So today, most estates under about £500,000 avoid inheritance tax. But Labour could lower or freeze thresholds, dragging ordinary families into a tax once meant only for the very rich. So the first £325,000 is tax-free. Another £175,000 is tax-free if kids live with their parents, etc. But that could be scrapped, it could be lowered, dragging more people into paying inheritance tax. Property values going up, you leave more to your kids or whoever, and of course inheritance tax will kick in for you when right now it doesn't. Cutting pension tax relief. Here's the big hot topic. Higher earners currently get 40 or 45% tax relief when saving into pensions. That could be cut to 20 or 25%. And the 25% tax-free lump sum at retirement, that could be reduced too, meaning less incentive to save and a poorer retirement for many. Now, you probably know people yourself, I certainly do, where they work their guts out all their lives, 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. They work for 40 or 50 years, and then they retire poorer because the system is rigged against you. So you retire poorer, they downsize their car, they stop going on holidays, they have to downsize their house because they can't afford it, and so it goes on. So look, the system is rigged against you. They don't want you earning any form of wealth, and you certainly don't want to be retiring poorer. But this is the Labour government looking to cut pension tax relief. So then we move into extending the tax threshold freeze. So you've heard of stealth taxes. This is the biggest. Keeping thresholds frozen while wages rise, and suddenly millions pay higher rate tax. So the government doesn't touch the rates, but your bill still climbs every year. So your salary goes up, your tax threshold, I think it's £12,500 a year, stays the same. You pay more tax and sometimes fall into a higher tax bracket. So a little sleight of hand by the government, but this is what they do. Make promises, never keep them. And of course they say things, but of course they say the opposite of what they're actually doing. And I can quote so many times of this. I'm sure you can as well. Reforms to council tax, VAT and pensions, a re-evaluation of council tax could double or triple bills in some areas. VAT could be extended to more goods and services, and pensions allowances could be cut again, reducing how much you can save tax efficiently. Once again, it's a hit on older people, retired people. It's a hit on the everyday person. Then we go on to the favourite topic, of which I've made a video about this one back a month or two ago, a wealth tax. Now, a lot of people scream, yeah, tax the rich, tax the rich. But you know what? It's the rich that pay most of the taxes anyway. And over 40% of people don't pay tax at all. Zero in the UK, zero, and climbing. So an annual tax on assets, houses, businesses, even art sounds simple. But it would force people to value everything they own every year, drive capital overseas, so that's called capital flight, and could push entrepreneurs out of the UK entirely. Now, me for one, I'm setting up a new business. I've employed 10 people abroad instead of the UK. I would love to employ UK people, but the dynamics and the cost don't make it practical. So I need to keep my operation costs low. Now, of course, I'm staying in the UK and I pay my UK taxes. I'd love to see potholes filled and I'd love to see better services, of course. But it encourages capital flight abroad. They take their businesses, they take their spending, they take their tax money, and yes, the wealthy do pay tax. They pay a lot more tax than most people. I've done the numbers. It's in a video of mine I'll share at the end of this video, but watch it, please, because it'll highlight a few things. Then we move into higher income tax for high earners. The 40% and 45% rates could rise, or a new 50% band could return. That risks a brain drain of talent, investment and business owners heading abroad. Again, a bit like the wealth tax. Look, the more tax someone's going to pay, the more options they're going to open up for themselves and just disappear from the country. And last but not least, a 5p rise across all income tax bands. Now, this is the nuclear option. Basic rate from 20 to 25, that's you. Higher rate from 40 to 45%. That's also you. That's less take-home pay for everybody, from nurses to chief execs, and a potential hit to the economy itself because it'll stop you spending. That means businesses will suffer. They'll pay less tax. Ultimately, the country will just collect less tax. But, you know, they just don't think of it, do they? So I will wrap up. Here's the truth. Landlords are in the crosshairs. Middle-class families face stealth taxes through frozen thresholds, council tax reforms and inheritance changes. And high earners, they're looking at pension cuts, higher income taxes, and maybe even a wealth tax. It's the perfect storm. The question is, which of these will Labour actually pull the trigger on, and how do you protect yourself before it happens? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Which of these do you think is the most dangerous? And would you stay in the UK or would you not? Thank you for watching and look forward to making the next one.